to you from me 2,000 years from now. Okay? Good morning, it's Eulalia, and I want to do some teaching to learn. This is a follow-up from yesterday's discussion regarding morality, and this video I'm going to be discussing utilitarianism and categorical moral reasoning. So in this Harvard lecture, Sandel introduces utilitarianism and the limits of moral justification using a case called R.V. Dudley and Stevens, which is just the Queen versus Dudley. And this was a case in 1884 that set precedence to the law that necessity is not a defense for murder. Okay. This is so good. The case is insane. So essentially what happens is the four men on a small boat that is stranded at sea end up justifying or attempting to justify cannibalism due to the necessity to survive. And they did this by he does go into consent. All right. So Dudley is the captain, and at some point, I think this is 3 weeks into being lost at sea, they decide, okay, somebody needs to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. And this is where the professor or whatever philosophers will say utilitarianism would justify this act, okay? However, there are blurred lines, which is where categorical moral reasoning comes in, because the boy was only 17 that they killed, and they killed him because, or ate him, because he had drank seawater, so he was already ill. And there is some, this is like an eerie detail, but I just enjoyed learning of it, that whenever they committed the act, the boy who was so sick was like, wait, it was me? Because at one point, the men had considered drawing lots on who it would be that would sacrifice themselves for the greater good. So the utilitarianist would say this was the correct move because it was for the greater good. Someone who is a libertarian like myself would say no, because I believe that I think that the consent is the crucial detail here. Like, there were students who argued like the act of cannibalism alone just makes this inherently wrong. Whereas I think that if the boy had a chance to say, all right, yeah, like I'll go, I'll do it, it could be me, I feel like that blurred line, it has more clarity. Okay. So why I really enjoyed all this is, one, yeah, because the case was so interesting, but two is because it allowed me to really dive into the nitty-gritty of my critical thinking regarding what I would justify as morally correct. And for me, that was a consent. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you have a great day. TG, I'm F.